Greetings, I am Live.
And I am Scandal.
And
let's play a game together. Perfect.
Alright, so it did actually jump back again, so my friend's praise of, look, it's in the right place. Apparently,
it went away.
It just keeps, it just marks itself like page markers or bookmarks at some points.
Yes.
And not at others. And so then it just jumped back to somewhere inside of the premium scene. Woohoo.
But now we're back and we are out of it again, so... we should probably figure out where we are.
I mean, it looks like my shop, so...
It looks like Asra's shop.
Except for I say it's my shop now, but I never thought it was my shop at the beginning. We have gotten some outside of game knowledge from our good friend Jakonishi that it is supposed to be Asra's shop, but we've never...
It's actually supposed to be our shop.
No, that is supposed to be our shop. That's not supposed to be Asra's shop.
There you go.
But we assumed that it was Asra's shop from the beginning of this, and we've never been told specifically differently.
At least by the game itself.
Right, by the game itself. We haven't really gotten the impression from the game, other than that we are now calling it our shop. Like, I think it used to be the shop.
Yeah.
Kind of thing, and then we assume since Asra is the adult and knows more and is not disabled by a loss of memory, that, you know, it would belong to them.
And is not a new person, actually, in the last 3 years. It's fine.
Alright,
probably figured out where we are.
Right. We climbed to our feet, looking around. I love that we really did just, like...
Flop on the ground.
He leaned down from a stand, put his hands on our face, and we just... pulled him down to the ground with us to cuddle him. Like, that's sort of hilarious.
Cuddle type, floor cuddles.
Like, I thought it was funny and going to be a joke if you drag him down to the floor, but you really do. He stands up, and then he falls down, and then he touches you, and then you drag him down, and then you cuddle him, and it's kind of hilarious.
Wild.
So we climbed to our feet.
This isn't your gate, is it?
I mean, we didn't go through another gate, so...
I mean, it could be a gate inside the gate inside the gate. Why not? I mean, your gate could be inside of my gate. That's not a sexual reference, don't do that.
But we didn't go through another gate. We just woke up.
Hey, fair.
Are you saying the
It could be a gate of the mind. Mind gates!
So we went through without knowing we went through.
Yeah! Like that! You blink and like that could be a gate! Like you're literally transferring through another state, like that existence suddenly blinks away the minute you blink. Look at a little philosophical here, but it could work!
It sounds like you're getting to be real theoretical about magic now.
What? Oh no, I hate magic.
Very interested in magic.
Well, you know, I did one spell and now I just don't have any problems with it at all. It's fine.
Alright, no, the gate we found on the mountain must have been a trap. I mean, what I mean is the door that
That's a trap!
The door that you identified there and went, this must be the way because, you know, you remembered that we were kind of heading off sort of a direction and then just chose for me. That gate must have been a trap.
Oh, right.
This place has a strange cold feeling, like the mountain we were standing on before we got pulled into the door and when I was actually walking towards, you know, potentially where I was supposed to be going.
Yeah.
So, it's almost familiar. Like, if I reached out with my magic looking for the thing that I was supposed to be looking for, maybe I could find it.
It would be great. Can we do it?
Bling.
What was that?
Did you hear that?
It sounded like a bling-a-ling. Did we have just a diegetic sound from the soundtrack just come in and actually tell me what the hell was going on?
No, it was non-diegetic.
It
was for the players.
Oh, shit.
Sorry, an angel just got their wings.
I knew it.
I knew it. That's a service we do at the shop here. When somebody's really, really good, we let them ring the angel bell wing. You know, the angel wing bell.
Angel bell.
I can do it. I can do this.
I can habla English.
Right.
It's fine. What was that?
That's the representation of a sparkle.
Oh.
It came from the back room. The only other room the shop seems to have, which while that might be the room that the table is in that we read fortunes, it's most likely also like bedroom and everything else. We just pull out a wash tub and turn the table into a bed every night.
Honestly, I like the fact that, like, didn't we talk about, like, sleeping under the shelves or something like that at one point?
Yes.
Next to the salamander?
And going, it'd be warm on the floor, and we just there, but also that time it's just, like, back between the shelves, just laying down. Yeah. And going, where there's no indication that we actually live in this shop with like a bedroom and like a wash tub and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I love the light out though. It's kind of pretty with the frost on it.
Yeah, it's really pretty. Wait, you mean when it's rhymed? With frost?
Sorry, meaning when it's got the hoar frost and frost on it.
I'm sorry, guys. I understand. I'm just like, oh.
I wonder if they meant to use rimmed, and then they just accidentally used rhymed, and then it accidentally worked, but then made it redundant.
Honestly, that would also
funnier.
be really funny, and I'd be like, oh, honey.
When you misspell, but it works anyway.
Unless, basically, it's also some sort of, like, I know sometimes people will be like, but that usage is fine, and that's how it was taught to me, and that just maybe is, like, a misuse that's just sort of become popular.
Rimmed with hoarfrost and frost. Like, maybe they're separate things, or it means a deeper frost, or who knows.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I'm not actually sure what hoarfrost is.
Neither am I. Stay close, nerd. I've got this. My titties are prepared as I assume the butler position for the last time, for all time in eternity. This is all
how I won't cross my arms anymore. Now just be ready to serve you.
I'm here. I figured it out. We've got it. Stay close.
Julian,
Oh,
isn't this supposed to be my journey through my door?
no, it's. I'm here to protect you from your door.
I
Your door's a little overwhelming, okay?
I'm afraid of your journey, okay?
Okay, I can't have you having a journey, because it would be about you and not me!
Which makes me feel invalid and like maybe you don't need me.
Or that, like, it's, you know,
I mean,
you're gonna leave me, or not, you know, want to spend time with me, or be with me, or, like, you won't take care of me anymore. Because that's what we've been doing the whole time. You've been doing the whole time to me is take care of me, and it's been like, whoa!
And you really apparently like being taken care of, and I have done a lot of it.
Astra, do you want kisses?
Do you want kisses? Oh my god.
So, I don't know, like, I gotta tell you guys.
I think we should just try and link the TikTok in this video. So, my good friend here has given Astra a beautiful French accent, and he's already got his lovely fluffy hair and stuff. And there's this wonderful little TikTok that's very, very short where you have this meme, right? Because there's always these memes of like prank someone in this way, right?
Right.
And it's prank your SO by telling them you're angry at them and see what happens.
Right.
So you have this boyfriend to his boyfriend going, I'm really angry at you. And the boyfriend goes, this beautiful French accent with this fluffy hair that looks a lot like Astra's. He's a person of color. It's very cute.
Why?
And goes, but
why?
Why? Is it because I ate the last Pop-Tart? And he's like, no, I'm mad at you. He's like, can they fix it?
Oh, no, can they fix it? Do you want kisses?
It's so cute.
So I was like,
and
that's
Astra. And the boyfriend's kind of dying. Like, my SO is so cute. I can't keep this up and keep going at all.
It was really adorable.
It was very, very cute. Like, of pranks, it turned out very wholesome.
Yes, yes.
And I don't normally endorse, like, pranks and stuff like that, because sometimes it's you pretend you're mad at someone, and, you know, it really just does hurt their feelings. But he just is very sweet, like, oh, no. Are you okay? Can I fix it?
Yeah, it was really cute. Plus, there's also the thing, at least that I have sometimes about pranks, is you really don't always know what somebody's mood is. And even with jokes, like, you could really, where you go, they're really benign, and you're going, like, but if it hurt them, they're not benign.
Right.
Like, they're not casual. Like, you have to consider if the joke doesn't land, it's not funny.
Right. Even if it's, like, just a verbal joke. Sometimes you and your friend would normally get some humor together, and then this time they're like, what? And you're, like, trying to tell this joke, and they're like, I don't. And then it just becomes uncomfortable. And that can happen a lot with pranks, but it's usually a lot more harmful with a prank than just a awkward, I didn't get the joke kind of thing.
Yeah.
We approach the back room together, cautiously. I'm just imagining that, da-dun,
Da-dun,
da-dun, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun, da-dun. And they're just both doing that really, like, lifty the toe, Pink Panther walk, you know?
God, those were fun movies.
I would love to see Julian with his long legs doing that tiptoey Pink Panther walk. It'd be perfect,
it'd be fantastic.
He's built a bit like the Pink Panther. It could work.
Yeah, it's true. Oh, God.
Like the old animation.
No, and suddenly my brain's like,
I can see it.
I can't unsee.
Can't unsee.
Can't unsee!
Cautiously.
Cautiously.
Oh, look. It's a red room. We just can't stay out of red rooms with Julian.
We really can't. Like, this is his color. His power color! Which is to say, his bottom color.
Oh, God.
Hey, look! It's me!
I mean, you are a redhead.
Yeah. Not as much as my sister, but I am a redhead. It works out great.
Because I keep forgetting you're a cinnamon roll.
Hi. Does the carpet match the drapes? Him. Hey, where did you hear that? Oh, Astra.
Astra said that one time to someone, and I've come to understand that it is a social thing you can ask if you either want to make someone feel awkward or you're being flirty. I don't know what the difference is necessarily, but I thought it would be cute to ask now.
shit.
It sounded like it would fit.
Don't ever ask that again.
Oh, so it doesn't?
Please don't. I am suffering so much. I'm going to die. Help me.
There on the table, but not in the illustration, is a single card character.
You fuck.
Hey, I act like a nice person, but I am a jerk. I'm sorry. Okay?
Honestly, I have loved it because it's sometimes a really good awareness piece to be like, you should have put it.
How hard would it have been to put one card on the table? Really?
Temporarily.
Like, you already have the card illustrations. It's digital art. Shrink it down, rotate the polygon, and plop it there. Done. It's so easy. Just please. Not like it's drawing at an angle with traditional art.
And then having to redraw the scene.
And having to draw the entire thing. Oh no. You do it, you draw it, and you cut it out, and you put it over there, you like doll style, and then you try and just do the shadows so people don't notice too much.
Uh-huh.
It's okay. Anyway.
Single
there,
card.
on the table, is a single card.
Is it death?
It's not dating anybody. Oh, he's single.
Oh, poor thing.
Hi.
I feel he has no love like me.
Hi.
Oh, it's Death. How are you doing, Death? Death. I'm fine.
Death, I'm not dating anyone.
Goodbye.
Bye.
I'm alone and single. I feel great. Care to do the honors?
Oh, it's a single face down card.
Oh, good to know.
We're going to have to turn it over, I think.
Hi.
Oh, I flipped the card over because it was face down. See, the illustration would have helped me there. It would have just shown me the back of the card, and then I would have known, and you wouldn't have had to have it in the text. And you know what's really great about pictures? Is they give you 1,000 words, so you don't have to write them in the text.
That's really helpful, actually.
Oh, God, all right.
All right.
I flipped the card over. It's
Yes!
Death. Reversed. Okay.
Perfect.
I want his hair to be falling the other direction so bad.
It's fine.
The card is cold and distant, and all I can hear is a fading echo of some distant bell. It's the same energy of the shop itself.
Which is made of death.
Wait, the energy of the shop is a fading bell or is cold and distant?
I think it's cold and distant.
Oh, because the shop is frozen.
Cold and lonely. Hallelujah.
Cold and distant. Hallelujah. All right. We're in Death's realm.
Oh.
Are we supposed to be? Is that where my door is? Is my personal door of destiny located in Death's realm? So maybe this is...
I betcha. It's face person.
You think so? You don't think this is Death speaking, finally?
Well, I don't know. I'm guessing since...
We don't have a voice for Death, do we? Because we've never seen Death, right?
Unless it's somebody who's there. Like that we've already seen.
I don't know, I'll try this. I jump, looking around frantically. I don't recognize the voice in any way. Who's there? It's a really non-specific voice that doesn't indicate anything for anyone, because question marks mean that the character doesn't understand, not that they're trying to build suspense for you, the reader.
Oh, I don't know what that line was. What did it say?
Show yourself.
Show yourself! Thank you for clicking through when I was trying to find out what death reversed means to the internet. So, apparently, according to Death Reversed,
in regular
internet
tarot readings?
for tarot readings, especially in regards to love or relationship, it means you are especially resistant to change.
Oh.
So, I guess that would maybe make sense here.
Wait, resistant to change, so Julian's not going to change? He's going to continue to doubt himself forever?
Or in reference to a relationship, though. So, basically, the relationship itself is
not going to change. Friends forever! Hey! Wait. I'm forever going to be professionally investigating you, because even though we know you're cleared, media hasn't officially released my contract. So, what job am I even doing for her right now? I don't even know.
The reason also why I suggested the Valdemar, so I don't know if you guys heard the clap over the face thing, was because I just realized, looking at it, going, the horse head is the same thing as Valdemar's mask.
Yeah, masquerade mask. So maybe, what if Valdemar is representative of death? In the way that Lucio is representative of the devil?
Like an avatar, a scion of,
A scion. If you insist. Maybe it's not. I whirl around to confront the stranger and flinch back in surprise. It is Valdemar, but no mask.
Oh,
my
no mask.
bad.
Okay.
Valdemar stands in the open doorway. It's very strange that I didn't recognize their voice since they've talked to me so much this time. By now. They step inside, and the door swings shut. You're both awake. and in possession of all of your faculties.
Faculties?
Wait, do I have a faculty? I used to employ staff. I don't anymore. I've seen inside of all of them, but you.
Yes. All right, so in regards to some people saying with the tarot is resistance to change, personal transformation, and inner purging, according to some.
Interesting. Except for if we're in Death's realm, can Valdemar travel to realms and then going alive and in possession of all of your faculties? Does that mean we now have our bodies in the realm and got them back at some point?
I have no idea. I'm a little confused right now. It's okay.
My little welcoming gift should have snapped your minds like twigs. Perhaps it needs further refinement.
Valdemar! What are you doing here?
You are a terrible co-worker.
You're awful! Like, you left us out at the bar and it was terrible. You just sat there and watched us and wrote notes like an edgelord instead of participating. You meddled something about, like, cell death of the liver? I don't know. It was ridiculous. I didn't appreciate it.
But not even, what are you doing here? How are you doing here?
What?
I know, but because how the hell did you get here?
Right.
If you're in a realm.
What are you doing here?
Shouldn't I be asking you that? You are in my realm, after all.
Oh.
Is Valdemar actually death? Like, not even Avatar? Just death?
That's... your realm? You're the Death Arcana?
I thought the Arcana couldn't leave their realms.
That actually sounds strangely contradictory. Based on all the information we've been given so far, they're going, you're not really supposed to leave. And they said specifically that a devil card was the only one that had broken the rules. So what the fuck is the death card doing outside of its realm? Or Death Arcana, not the card, because fuck the cards. The cards were a thing Astra did to make deals with all. So does that mean that literally actually Astra ran around and was like, Valdemar, be senpai?
I say, Astra ran around, I am Card Captor Sakura!
Oh, little wand!
Astra having all the best clothes to capture the entire
I got it!
Okay, if you don't know Card Captor Sakura, it is one of the only anime where the main character changes clothes every single episode, and it's fabulous.
Which is amazing, and I give it many props and many a point. Like, it's beautiful for that.
I was just going to be like...
So I will say, in hindsight, I do not believe the anime aged well. And this is not to shit on Card Captor Sakura, but it is... Whoa. So I was exposed to the horrific edit that was the Nelvana version of it, which was just card captors, where they tried to basically turn it more into a shonen than a shoujo.
They made it more for boys and more universally palatable, they hoped.
But I have to say, like, it was really interesting. So I've watched finally, like, several of the episodes, and it was really fascinating where I was doing kind of this binge of just watching these episodes and going, like, they are really fucking, like, bland, kind of, past a point. Like, they're very
There's very little
and
in them.
samey in that way. And also I had issues going, like, their music here is so mild. Plus, also, there's a romance between a high schooler or a middle schooler. She's 16 and her teacher. And that was interesting, and that was Sakura's mom and dad. And I was a little confused.
Yep.
So that didn't age well, but that's okay.
I just have to say that Astra wearing the Sakura clothing would look pretty awesome.
I know, with a little pink wand and everything.
I was going to say, Astra would rock the card captor look. He would do amazing.
Great. He would. I need it now.
All right.
Your realm? So that Death Arcana?
According to everything I know from Astra, that shouldn't be possible. But then again, he tends to be incredibly vague and not really explain himself well, so maybe we've all just misunderstood.
Especially considering, you know, he's an edgelord.
Julian's shock seems real, but to my ear, it rings just a little hollow. Is he fishing for information?
Yes, perfect.
Is he trying to do something useful? That doesn't sound like him at all.
Also,
I shit on him quietly in my mind.
Okay, so a thing that I have to point out for me in relation to stories, I have observed, it seems more often than not, it's not always true, so I will totally give props, but typically when your character or the character that the audience is supposed to attach to notices that another character might be basically fishing for something, that usually means your bad guy notices too almost all the time. Like, and what bothers me is this, that my brain going, and he's gonna get found out, and this is not gonna go well, because that's what's gonna happen. So when we're trying to have Julian be competent for once, it's gonna get slammed into his face and go, how dare you, this was super obvious. And going like, Why can't we ever have nice things? Why can't he ever be more competent or, whatever?
For more than a minute where he does science in a tower by throwing a boot out the window.
Which was fascinating and interesting, but yeah.
The window boot was experience. It was good.
It was a good time.
Don't be silly. If I were one of them, I would never be able to leave.
Thank you! I was
Continuity for 1 second! Something. It seems like this thing. Is it this thing? Yes, you are something else.
So...
Alright, I actually enjoy that, so thanks for that.
I really also appreciate that, but then again, that calls into question going, why is then the devil? But I appreciate, God, that somebody stuck to that, because I was actually kind of afraid for 2 seconds that it had turned into...
Okay, so I'm having a moment
What?
here. Like, I know these are doctor coats, okay? But I'm suddenly getting the experience of a tiny little shrug on Valdemar's shoulders. Like, with the buttons, because it's a different color on the shoulders. Like, it's just a shrug over the coat.
Oh, yeah!
Instead of... Okay, so a shrug is just a teeny tiny little coat that only meant to cover your shoulders and, like, the back of your shoulder blades. And it's not meant to be an actual coat. Some shrugs do actually have sleeves and stuff, but they really are just this tiny little thing that can't close or button. And given the way they've decided to make Valdemar colored here, it's sort of shadowy, I'm like, the little 6-button thing up on the shoulder suddenly looks like a little shrug that the gloves go over. So almost like the under jacket is sleeveless, which would be very badass when taken off. I kind of love that idea.
It would be very cute.
I'm entertained. All right, anyway. Well, I suppose it's not technically my realm, but death can't do much of anything these days. So, I've taken over. Why? Is death sick? Oh no, is death hurting? Is death really alone and not dating anyone and single and therefore sad and hopeless?
What happened to
I
death?
feel for death.
But if you're not an Arcana, then what are you?
An Arcana. That's such a question.
An Arcana.
Not one of the Arcana. An Arcana.
An Arcana.
A way to conjugate that I have never before seen.
If you're not one of the Arcana, then what are you?
What are you?
Are you?
Oh, good question. What do your cards tell you? Magician?
I'm also like, why did
You mean the cards that I may or may not have in this astral realm where I don't even have a body anymore? Have we established that I do have my cards with me or Astra's cards with me in this realm? Do we know? It's been a little while.
I don't actually remember.
And
that also, like, why would we end up with literal physical cards?
Julian still had his paper and pen in this realm, which he had put into his costume.
I assume we have them, but I guess that's just because, but I don't actually remember if canonically the story itself goes, you do actually have your Arcana package with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember that as well. And also, if one of the cards was over on the table, did that one get whooped out of the deck that we're carrying, and then when we picked it up, theoretically we put it back in, or we just left it on the table?
Wasn't there some sort of instance where we had the death card and we stuck it in our pocket and there was something about that? Like, I can't remember. There's, like, part of my brain going, what?
I don't think so.
It's been a while, guys. I apologize.
Yeah, we didn't rewatch absolutely everything. It's a large body of work, if you hadn't noticed. All right, here we go.
Here we go.
I'm still holding the death card in my hand. It whispers to me in a voice, silvered with frost. My realm has been shut down. Free me. Free me. It's not the nothing, it's the frozen. I suffer from the frozen. You must defeat it. The real Death Arcana sounds nothing like Valdemar. The voice is warm and rich and brilliant, but distant and far away, like it's down the hall, up the stairs, and in a room with a party, as a party with the door shut.
But it's supposed to be slightly frosted.
It's
so
true, but frosty. Oh, what does frost sound like? Crackly and sharp?
Was a fairy tale, they say.
But I can't shake the feeling that they're connected somehow. Death upright is about change, transformation, endings and beginnings. But reversed, it can mean resistance to change, stagnation. Goodness, you say that like it's a bad thing. Why would I ever want to change? So you're very happy where you are. You know what? Self-esteem goals right there, okay?
Are you saying that basically you are something trapped within life, between actually life and death, and so you've more or less become sort of like a plug in the middle? So, like, the reason why death can't actually do much is because you're in the way?
Or the reason you've become obsessed with death, dying bodies, dead things, rot, decay.
Is because you're undead?
Because you cannot do these things and you are, essentially undead. You are that bridge, you are at the edge of that bridge you can never cross.
You are Valdemar! That series by Mercedes Lackey, which will never...
Oh, God, which will never die. Sigh. Humans are so fragile, so very breakable. But I'm not. Not anymore. Are you undead? That would be amazing. I would be like, good call, my friend.
Also, I'd be like, you were a person then at one point. What happened?
At some point, you were not undead.
Yeah.
To become undead, you'd have had to be living at first.
Yes.
Otherwise, you're just a golem. I have to tell you that if it wasn't ever alive and you turn it into a living thing, it is not an undead thing. It is just a golem. It's just an animation of something.
Yeah.
I rack my brain, trying to recall if I've ever heard of anything like this. If Astra ever vague-blogged in the distance and I picked it up with my amazing ability to siphon from him every single thing he's ever said and just absorb it like a sponge, no matter how passing I've heard it.
Asra off in a corner. What is wrong? Do you want kisses?
Oh my God, my friend cannot get over this. It's amazing.
It's fine.
Well, any guesses? I don't know why I care as to whether or not you have guesses or an investment in this at all.
I'm also
Or
like, this is
why-
the most amount of ridiculous patience that Valdemar has ever shown. I'm like, this seems silly.
I was like,
Why
Valdemar
would you-
usually seems to have a real strong directive.
Yeah.
I'm here for a reason. When it's done, I'm gone. I have to participate in your court drama the second it's over. I'm leaving.
done.
I have to be here to be introduced. As soon as this parlor party is over, I'm done. I'm going to the dungeon. Oh, you're here? Excellent. I will take you with me, and there will be no waiting and no patience.
Yeah, this seems really like, why are you sort of being like, here, figure out the exposition.
Oh, I
I'm
love a
here-
good puzzle. Do you? Do you? Since when?
You like bodies, not puzzles. Bodies aren't necessarily puzzles. They're just grindy meat things that you like throwing in a blender.
They're just, fascinating things to tear open, and there's minor differences inside each one.
Ah. Sometimes the heart is on the left side, and sometimes it's more on the right side.
Sometimes, there are 3 kidneys instead of 2, or minor growths, or parasitic twins internally. It's fascinating.
I love them when they have teeth.
Yes, I love it when there's cancer. That's fascinating.
Ah, perfect.
Well, any guesses? I don't know what you are.
Why do we even care?
But I don't need to watch it. Is this a true name kind of thing? Is this like Rumpelstiltskin?
It's important that I find out what you are. Yeah, this is actually really weird. I'm like, why do we need to know? Why does
We
it matter?
haven't used true name magic this entire time, so I don't know why it would matter if we can divine or not divine what Valdemar is. There's no suggestion that knowing what something is gives us power over it or from it.
Well, and it's also like, it's not necessarily going to give us an answer or help us really at all. We
I
just know
know
that
what you
Valdemar's-
are! Say it. Say my name!
Vampire.
Looks at Edward. Valdemar.
No, shit. No, come back.
I mean, a vampire. I don't know what you are. Disappointing, but not very surprising. You've never been impressive in any way. Few people know anything about the process. I want a pause there. I need a pause right there about the process. Did you make yourself undead? Are you a self-made undead?
It was beautiful. I
need
spent
to
all my
know.
time.
He's made sure of that. So Lucio's like, only I get to have the benefit of undead servants who will be badass and at my beck and call. Nobody else, so I've muffled the process. Death as a tiny chibi.
That also, though, makes me think that death is basically like, I'm very benign, actually.
I am
and
more of
prudent
a
self.
force than a person.
Which is very interesting, because like when we ran into the tower was more of a force rather than a person.
Mhm.
And I find it, like, again, more interesting due to the choices of let's personify some of the Arcana, but not all of them. And my
Right.
question is why?
Why? And that's an interesting question as
Like,
well.
why not the tower personified? Why not death personified? Why not
Uh-huh.
all of them having their own routes and their own experiences?
Or at least having their own avatars.
Right?
Their own illustrations.
Right.
But I'm just like, okay, so the difference between, for me, a force and a person is like, in real life, your force is like the wind because it has no motivation, no intention, no personal ideas of why it's doing what it's doing.
No vendettas.
Yes, and no, just basically no agenda.
Mhm.
And then a person, no matter what they look like or how they're formed, is something with an
An
agenda,
agenda.
an intention, an idea of itself, an idea of self or of personal motivation. Okay, so that's the difference there. And yeah, the tower seemed more like a force because it didn't seem to have any particular agenda, just a function.
Right.
I mean, the wind blows, otherwise it's literally not wind anymore.
Right.
It's just air, Virginia.
I love the fact that we instantly assume Lucio, though. But it seems like since we have literally no other individual who seems to use he, him pronouns, because Muriel sure as fuck, unless Muriel...
They're not going to be involved in this.
Yeah, I know Muriel.
Muriel was the crime lord all along, the puppet master behind the scenes.
Oh my God.
Muriel holding these, like a marionette, support, looking terrified.
Which seems like him.
Unwilling. Anyway, he's made sure of that.
He?
Yeah, who's this he?
If I played dumb enough, will you figure it out? Unless, Valdemar really is God, I love proving how stupid people are.
Or, basically, sort of like setting the trap in the castle of going, you went after the wrong person, you went to try and defuse something that wasn't even going on, ha ha. Yeah, and then you showed up in the maze, and you played right into my hands. Maybe we've already played into the hands in some fashion, and it's all already settled, so Valdemar's just waiting for something to snap. You're already in the mousetrap, Valdemar's just distracting you until, until the other shoe drops.
Yeah,
until the beat drops. What are you going to say?
Alright, well, he...
Oh, he?
But guess what? We're out of time! So you're gonna have to deal with that in the next one. So thank you very much, guys, for joining us. If you like what we do, please feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Please also feel free to go check out our Ko-Fi or Patreon. Please also feel free to share our videos if you're having a good time with us or would just like to have more fun in discourse with other people. It would be fabulousness. So,
fabulous.
Other than that, though, I have been Scandal.
And I have been Lies. And it was great playing with you. Bye!